Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Cage. Today, and only today, we are going to be talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, right? Otherwise known as Project Dragon Ball Z earlier this year, and now we have an official name. So I thought I just wanted to take this video, talk about kind of the E3 showing of the game, what's the updated stance, what's going on, what's all the jazz about the game, right? So for those of you that don't know, basically at E3, we kind of got three big things about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Well, four. We got the name, so instead of Dragon Ball Project Z, it's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I don't really like. Again, I'm okay with because it's Dragon Ball and I know what that is, but I don't think it's like an appealing name. Like if you tell someone, hey, there's a new game called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, someone's gonna be like, the fuck? And obviously the point is to drive that he is Kakarot, that's his Saiyan name, that's his pride and blood, but I don't think that translates well as like a video game name. So that's one. Two, we got a full, basically, kind of gameplay trailer. Like we got another like updated story trailer with some snippets of gameplay, and that was shown at the Microsoft conference. And man, this trailer got me fucking hyped. It's actually one of the few times at E3 this year where I was like losing my mind during a trailer, because it's just like, it just continues to look beautiful. And then you see the snippets of gameplay where you're in the sky against Frieza, and even you're fighting Vegeta. So it's like, I just really love the sense of this game really treating the source material properly. Like they are going for like a, hey, let us do the obviously the OG story of Dragon Ball and just make it look incredible. And we found that I think we didn't know this before, that CyberConnect 2 is developing the game. For those of you that don't know, CyberConnect 2 worked on the Naruto Storm games before, and that made me infinitely more confident in the game, because I actually really love the Naruto Storm games. They're not the best games of all time, but they are gorgeous anime fighters. Like especially if you play Naruto Storm 4 on PS4, some of the animations and the crazy character attacks and moves and stuff are just insane and just beautiful looking. So you can see that translated well here. Like when Goku's fighting Frieza, you just see the expressiveness in his face, the epic grand scale battles. I just can't wait to relive those, because like I've always said, I've always wanted a Dragon Ball game that gives you a cinematic version of the OG moments, right? We have fighting games that do that, like that make you feel like that, but it's not the same as legitimately playing out that scene in a cinematic fashion. So that trailer, I think, did a great job with that. And then we also got a gameplay demo, and basically this demo was one demo that everyone got to play, which is, it kind of showed that the game isn't open world like they said, it's open areas. So let's say you're doing the first arc in the game where it's Raditz, right? And basically what's going to happen is you're going to be in an open area there, and it's going to have side quests, right? Like you can go fishing, you can fight bots, you can do side quests for Android 8, and it's like you just do a lot of that stuff. We also got the release date bumped. So this was originally a 2019 title, and now it's been bumped to early 2020. So that kind of hurt me a little bit, because I wanted it this year so badly. But hey, if they want to make sure it's quality and that people actually love it and it turns out to be amazing, I think it's okay to bump it. Knowing Dragon Ball, it's going to release around January to early March. Like that's, I think that's usually when they tend to release like a game like that. They did it for Xenoverse, I believe, and last year they did it for Fighters. What's weird is last year, well, 2 years ago now, when they did it for Dragon Ball Z Fighters, they announced like January right away. So you can tell they're not confident yet in setting a month, but again, it's probably going to be in the January to March range, I'm assuming and hoping, unless it gets delayed again. But from the gameplay chunk again we saw, I was like, holy shit, because man, this is fulfilling the childhood dream, and it's actually fulfilling a dream I made earlier this year when I talked about this game when it was first announced, where wow, it is open world, it is, you're going to find a side quest, and based on the side quest you go into combat, and man, the combat, like, it looks like an action RPG where you're using your moves, you're leveling up, you're gaining XP, right? And there's some survival elements where you're picking up food, you're doing all that stuff. You got Piccolo following you, right? And when you pause the screen, you can see there's a character select, like not character selection, but there's like a character section. So maybe there's going to be like specific missions, like I've said, where you will play as the other characters. Like when Goku's going to be out of commission during the Cell arc, I don't know if they're going to skip a bunch of stuff that happened during Cell's, like the training, well not the training stuff, but like whatever stuff happened there. So I feel like there's going to be some moments where you play as other characters, but it's going to be mainly the story of Goku, right? And it's just like, and obvious, some people are freaking out thinking this game is going to end at the Frieza arc. No guys, they showed the Frieza battle right here, right now. They are definitely saving the Boo arc for later, and they've been stressing a million times that this is the original Z story, so they're not gonna fucking cap it at Frieza. What I'm hoping is maybe it caps at the end of Battle of Gods where you fight Beerus, or maybe that's DLC, I don't know. But either way, from the gameplay I saw, gameplay again looks great. The combat kind of looks like a mix of Xenoverse and Tenkaichi a bit, where it's like, it is the kind of 3D arena thing, but because it's an RPG, you are like pressing R2 and square to pick a move, or it's simpler in terms of, it's not like an old fighting game where you're trying to learn combos like square, 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 triangle, circle, circle, X, triangle. It's like you are trying to move, you're trying to do your air dodges, you're trying to hit an enemy, you're flying around, and it's like, it just feels authentic. And then at the end, like, of the demo, he fights Raditz, and that's when you see a bit more of the cinematic flair, right, where it is a regular fight where you're doing like damage and shit, but like when you hit him, he goes like flying into like different rocks and changes the camera angle, so it's like, it just looks beautiful even in motion. Like, I just love the cell shaded art style. The gameplay looks really fun. I can't wait to do the little things, right? Like, I love that little disturbing moment where Goku's fishing with his tail to catch a fucking fish, and I can't wait to see what more random weird activities we have, what other open areas we have, because man, a Dragon Ball action RPG, come on bro, that's all I want. So yeah, that's mainly what we saw and what we found out. Again, I think the game looks great. Again, I think you can tell from the footage it needs some polishing, like the frame rate isn't the best, like some of the areas feel a little empty, and again, I'm sure they'll fix a lot of this stuff as months go by and go on. And yeah, so those are my overall thoughts of it. I'm excited. Sad it got an early 2020 bump, but hey, if it makes the game better, I'm all in. There's enough video games for me to play this year. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I kind of like also that I hope this creates a trio now, because now we have this game, which is the action RPG, we got Fighters, which is the fighting game, and we got Xenoverse, which is the MMO, and I hope these kind of 3 franchises rotate now, and I would love that because it would like make it fresh and fun. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want this game, if you saw the footage, if you're excited, let me know. And by the way, I am starting a Twitch stream, so you can go on twitch.tv/gamescage and you will find my Twitch, or it'll be in the description below. And yes, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, Dragon Ball.